Hi guys, hope everybody is doing really well today. Today I've been to, or yesterday shall I say, I've been to Bewley's Autojumble, which is in near Southampton. So it's about a 5-hour drive, or about 200 and odd miles, 240 miles, all motorway, which wasn't a bad journey actually. I think we got away quite light. So Alex has come over from the Netherlands, and me and him went down to Bewley's and we picked up some interesting items. This is approximately half of what we got. Plus I also have been to a car boot sale, 2 car boot sales, an antique fair and a steam fair as well. We've been all over the show. So I'm going to show you the items I got. So these ones are all exclusively from Bewley's, which is an autojumble. It's the largest autojumble in Europe. There was about 900 stalls there. Alex got an absolute heap of stuff, probably a £40 box, and he will be probably doing a video on his channel. If I remember, I'll put a link below to his channel, and I'm sure when he goes back home, he flies home tomorrow evening, he might do some interesting, he got some wonderful stuff. Really, really cool. Right, so let's have a look what I got. I got a very small, but really nice condition. It's not really, there we go. A really nice condition King Dick wrench in a box, £8 off a lovely man as well. Thought that was really cheap. Nice little spanner. For some reason the new phone is not, that's the other way. That's weird. That's zoom. Maybe that's the way forward. I don't know. You tell me. Is that better? Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Not much space. Right. So I bought that for £8. I'm sorry about that weirdness. I got a whole bunch of brass letters. Really cool brass little letters. How many is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. About 20 letters. I paid £15 for them. I thought they'd be quite nice to put in my flatulay. Could possibly screw them to something as well, make a display. So that was really good. I got these few items here from the same stall. They were quite cheap as well, which is really good. I got this motor gauge. Don't know what it is, like little feeler gauge. Steel on that side, but brass on that side. I quite like the writing. I got this really cool 4-way mini screwdriver. Really nice. And then we got this Champion, God knows whatever that is. I paid £4 for the 3, which I thought was a bargain. I got this. There was a lot of stalls from the Netherlands itself. Alex managed to get an item branded with a Dutch truck company, which was his grandfather's. There was, I must have bumped into maybe 15 or 20 dealers from the Netherlands who had come over to sell. But this really nice, someone's got like nails and stuck it in, but I just love the shape of this caliper. Really unusual. That was £10. It was quite expensive considering the pins are not original and it's missing one of the screws, but it's really fine. I don't know if you can see. If you can see, it's not really focusing. If I do that, it might focus, not sure. Anyway, really nice nonetheless with the fuzzy vision. I got this really cool ruler. Really like it, with the really nice writing on it, all brass, and really cool. And I got this gauge, really interesting gauge. This side has rope, it's a rope gauge, Birmingham, England. Scoutcrafter might like that, with all the different measure the different ropes. I thought that was really cool. And I got this brass plaque. Looks to be quite early, old brass plaque, and I paid £35 for the 3. I really like the ruler. That's my favourite. Now, off one seller, I got some really wonderful items. I got this wonderful brass square. The lady's always reasonable. She actually stands at Newark as well as Bewley's, which is really good. Nice brass, brass square. Lovely. And that was £12. I also got this one, which is also marked at 12, I don't think it's nowhere near as nice, but it looks like it's been quite cheaply cast. But that was also £12. And they didn't know what they were. I've actually put little rulers in them to demonstrate actually what they are. I got this little brass level. That was £9. I got this quite early King Dick, quite an early one that. Probably 1890s, little 3-inch. She had 9 on that, but it was in a £5 box, so she let me have it for 5. And then these two really interesting Dremel points, but I don't think I've seen Dremel points quite, oops, sugar. I don't think I've seen Dremel points quite like that before. Kind of interesting design. So I think she let me have all those items above. Oh, and this as well. This really nice, very delicate little, I liked it because of the brass knurled screw, this little hand vise. All these items, £11.50 on that for £80 all in. And I think actually Alex got a couple of items as well for himself, which he'll show in his video, and that was included in the £80 for this lot. So yeah, so there was some interesting items. So we've showed you those. I got this from the same seller, the same Dutch seller, which Alex got his branded thing from his grandfather, which is really cool. That was, I can't remember, I think it was about £7 that box. And I bought this little brass, you know, square nut little, God knows what it is, for £2, which is quite nice. And I think I've covered this lot. So let me clear this off and I'll show you the rest of the items I picked up. Right guys, so this is the sum of the rest of the items. I think I was a bit optimistic in fitting them all in one. So I bought this really nice Worsley double screwdriver. This is out of a car toolkit, Worsley. And I think that is an absolute gem. Brass and steel. Somebody's done some sort, made it into a smaller screwdriver, so they've actually ground that. That's not original. Both did look like that originally, but I just really like that. The guy made me pay £25 for that screwdriver, but I just really like it. That was from Newark, from the Autojumble. I bought this IMO 4-inch little adjusting spanner, which is really cool. I got this from a great tool seller, really cool, vintage tool shop. These are really cool. The chap had loads of handmade items, and he said it was an old timer and he was a machinist, and he had made this absolutely wonderful footprint Nash with this wonderful knurled screw. And he also made, with this handmade, you can see he's done handmade knurling with an angle grinder, handmade footprint, King Dick. So these are both handmade, and there was lots of other handmade items from the same seller. They were £2 each. I got this large brass plaque, really nice. I paid £30 for this, but it's really heavy duty. I don't know if you can make out, it's really solid. He had 45 on it, and I think I paid £30 in the end for it. Really solid. It's a 212 Miller's patent. And then on the car boot this morning, I bought the smaller version, heavy duty again, pretty solid. Miller's patent, I think it's from a vise, or fire resistant, strong, oh, from a safe. And this is the smaller version of this. So I bought these two, really cool. This one's brass as well, big brass plaque. And then this really cool leather cutter. I paid £50 for those, which was quite a lot of money. The chat was pretty expensive. But I do have this, which is much lighter, less solid, much like half the weight probably. This is a 212, so I think this might have been the original, and this might have been a cheaper replacement because they used too much brass. And I had a look in the cabinet, and I found this one, which is the same as this, but it's actually, this one's about 3 or 4 times the weight. This is so tinny that it actually bent when someone tried to take it off the wall. This one is so solid, totally different quality. So definitely a race to the bottom these days. I bought this multi-tool for £2 on the car boot this morning. And I also got this brass and steel, really nice shoulder plane. Somebody's made that out of brass and steel. I thought it was really cool. But definitely my favourite item is this screwdriver and this leather cutter. Just like the shapes, I think they're really cool. So yeah, brass plaques, all sorts of treasure there. But let's move on to the last few items and my special buy of the month, if not a long time. I'll show you what I got. Right, so these are the last items which I picked up in the last 2 days with Alex. Now, there might be a couple more because we're hoping to go to an antique centre tomorrow, but I thought I'd make this quick clip up so Alex can watch it in the airport on the way home. This is a Swinton, very rare, 1.5 inch and a 2-inch jaw from patented in 1928. And this is the original version of this item. It's an absolute beauty. It was a blue paint. We've roughly took the paint off it and give it a wax because I didn't like the blue paint. You can see there's a bit of blue paint on the side of that jaw, but someone had oversprayed it. But this is an absolute beauty, and to find this is a real gem, a miniature vice. You know, it's only small and it's a beauty. So that was a joy. That was the best buy I found in a long time. Let's set that aside over here. The actual antique fair, this is the only item I bought, this little brass plaque, and it's got French on it, and it's obviously remembering 1819 to 1919. Alex thinks it might be something to do with fire insurance, as it looks like there's a fire, so this might be an insurance plaque. Obviously 100-year anniversary, possibly of a French company. That's my theory, but I don't speak French, neither does Alex. So if you know and you can read that, put in the comments. That would be good. Then on the auto jumble in Bewley, Alex found this USA made number 3 double-ended alligator, and also managed to get this duck bill alligator. Now I've got one of these, which I got off my friend. I'm pretty sure I got this off Resto Rob, but Alex managed to find those two on one stall. So it's a small, medium and a large. But isn't it funny that that one's from Resto Rob from the US? He's in Colorado now, set up a new life there. And this one is from the UK. He's from the UK, but obviously the same company. And then this also one, which is really cool. And then from the, what do you call it, the from the Steam show today, I bought 2 items. I bought this really cool fantastic Saddlers themed London little plaque. That was £1. And I got this really cool, it looks like it's got the original brass screw, really cool. I don't know if you can see the writing on it. It's got really early caliper wire gauge. Now I've got a bit of a thing for these. I've got a few of them. This one's a little bit longer, and this one here is similar, but it doesn't have the duck beak measuring tool. But none of them have got the screw, and I think that could be the original screw. It's got the paint and the way it's threaded. I think that could be the original screw. Not too sure though, but very cool nonetheless. So I really need to stop buying those, but at £3 I won't stop, because I think I paid 50 for that one. They're quite collectible, so that was really cool. So yeah, some interesting items. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully it wasn't too long for you. I've been to a few places, so it's a bit of a hodgepodge, as Paul would say. But yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out Alex's channel. There'll be a link below. He'll have a video, and he got some absolutely fantastic stuff. You won't believe some of the stuff he found. It was some real gems. I was like, oh my God, did you really find that? All right, so thanks for watching. Have a lovely day. Take care. Bye.